Kendrick Lamar versus Drake.
Oh my God!
Which angle should we take on this topic? Obviously, Kendrick's won the war. This war's over.
K-Dot won. He won it, obviously.
Yes. Are we tired of the song yet, though? Are we a little burnt out the song?
I was actually just mentioning that it's starting to get played out. I still like the song. I'm a Drake fan. I still like the song, but it's getting played out a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, but it's still hot. You know,
it is.
That thing slaps though.
It does. But you know, when you hear a great song too much, you're like, all right, fuck. Like I'm ready. All right, let it go, man. It's great. Let it be great. Leave it alone. That's where I'm at right now.
You know what it is though. We need it for the white folks to get it, and the white folks get the club. That's all.
I'm gonna say it like this, right?
Yeah.
I love Drake's music, but I just think that he shouldn't have gotten into those waters.
Why not?
Obviously, for the reasons that we're talking about now.
I don't think it's about a loss.
When somebody
not about a win or lose, that's money.
Okay, and that's fine. If it's about, money is one thing, but especially when
money is everything. When 50 Cent and Kanye beef. No, not Ja Rule. When Kanye and 50 Cent beefed, and they had that battle with when they both had records come out.
Wait,
you remember that
beef? I didn't know.
It wasn't Kanye.
Yes, it was.
It was Ja Rule.
I know 50 and Ja Rule had a beef earlier.
It was not Ja. No, it was Kanye West. Look it up.
Okay, no, I'm not saying wrong. I didn't know.
Kanye West and 50 both had a album coming out, and they both started talking shit like whose album's gonna do better and all this other stuff.
Okay, that's the marketing aspect. I know what you're saying now. That's the marketing. That's the marketing aspect. They both didn't hate each other. They both made money. They made hella money off of that beef.
Oh.
I get it, but one thing you could say about 50, right? Money is important, but his name and his legacy, I believe, to him is more important.
Who's that? Drake?
No,
I'm saying about 50. About 50.
But the only reason why I mentioned the 50 and Kanye thing is that beef wasn't important to them. They are both, I guaranteed, because they both came out and said it. We kind of both got together and like, hey, we're both popular. Right. Let's make some money. Let's act like we hate each other type of shit.
But this is a different animal. But this is a different animal because when you have yeah. So this is a different animal because let's just say. Well, I'm not gonna say it's been said. Drake said something about his wife, something about his kids.
I mean, they both said some pretty egregious things.
It was very super personal. And then when Kendrick came with the last joint, and even when he brought up, he had the music video. I don't know if you saw the music video.
I did.
A couple weeks, 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, by the way.
Everything that you said, you a liar. I got my wife crip walking on your grave and my baby's in the same house with me. At some point, yes, money is cool, but your reputation is important as well. So right now, that's why Drake has been. Let me just say, I haven't heard him say much, but based on what I've heard, he's been pretty quiet. Understandably so.
Ever since that song came out, there's been no response. They've had what? I think Drake had like 3 responses, and I think Kanye had about 3 or 4. And then once this song was dropped after Family Matters that Drake put out,
it was done.
It was done. It was over.
Rightfully so. I don't think he should have came back because it would have just made it even worse for him.
But last week, and you missed this, Drake, because we went to Chris's house for her daughter's birthday party last week, and we were discussing.
I know. I saw the text too late.
Yeah, 2 days late, bro. 2 days late. Literally 2 days late. Chris, I swear to God, 2 days late. He's like, I just got his text. It's okay. You just moved. I get it.
I forgive you. It's all good. He's there when it really, really counts. So it's all great.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When you like in a car accident. So, you know what I mean? But anyway, no. I'm not joking about that. I'm just saying it's real talk, right? I mean,
real talk.
Damn, Chris. No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
No, but we were discussing this, Chris and I, last week, and I think a couple of guys at the party, about does this beef hurt Drake overall? And I said no, because Drake's at a point in his career that unless something salacious comes on, like something with Diddy, for example,
Has to be like some
or
R. Kelly
shit.
P.
That,
Diddy
you know,
shit.
Drake,
That's the type of shit
Drake is so he has a different audience, I guess, too. Also, a bigger audience because he appeals to not white,
light skin audience,
but wider audience, wider audience. And what I'm saying is that he appeals to pop radio too. You're hearing Hot Light Bling on 97.3 here, which is a adult contemporary station. You know what I'm saying? For example, so we look at we talk about it. This feud only hurt Drake in terms of street cred, in my opinion, not in terms of the overall thing. He puts out a hot record in 2 months. No one cares.
But that's the point. That's the point I was trying to make when I said there's certain waters that he shouldn't have. You know, he makes great music. Mm-hmm. You know, I love his music. Women love his music. But my thing is, as far as I know, he's not a gangster.
Yeah, he's closer. He is closer to a pop artist.
So don't. I'm just saying. I just feel like all he needs to do, I guess, when I said don't put his toe in different waters, just stay in the lane that you're in. If you haven't lived that life, just because you could put words together and they could make it sound good, don't do
But how
that.
can you? But Chris, how can you ask him to do that when so many artists do the same fucking thing? How many artists don't live that life and talk about that?
Well, it depends on who you're feuding with, though. Like,
give me an example.
Is 50 and Ja Rule a good example? I don't think so.
Ja Rule is an example. Ja Rule wasn't no hood dude.
50 is.
Huh?
50 is obviously.
Well, I'm saying Ja Rule talked about that though. Ja Rule talked about being hood.
And and no disrespect to Ja, because he made great music as well.
He did. But I'm saying
but when he stepped in that water, what happened to him?
Huh?
He started doing fire festivals and
when he stepped in those waters and 50 called him out, what is he doing now? Even though he made great music, he made music with J-Lo and all these other people.
But and look at the power that Drake has. Drake can act like he's hood. He can do that because people are still gonna buy his records.
And Drake is bigger.
He is.
Drake at his peak also.
Drake owns a damn country.
Drake is arguably the biggest hip hop artist in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
It is a fact. And people say, "Oh, well, not really." No.
He's that powerful now. He doesn't.
The reason why
it takes something catastrophic, a P. Diddy or R. Kelly type situation,
right? And the reason why he is
cancel him. That's what it would take to cancel.
People disagree and say, "No, that's not true." No, well, the data says otherwise. The data says otherwise. He's
still buying his shit
in the genre than anybody else.
And I'll still listen to his music, but
of course.
My thing is, I like he gives me, to me, what he does is like feel good music.
Yeah.
It's not thoughtful like how Kendrick like dissected him.
Well, that's more of rap.
That's what I call thoughtful music.
But did we not know that Drake wasn't hood before this whole beef?
I really didn't know. I really didn't know.
Oh, no, I knew it was
until they started showing him.
You thought he was hood before the beef?
Dude.
You thought Drake was hood before the beef?
I don't judge people like that because I don't know I didn't know what your life was until people started exposing.
Hell no, but I knew his background because he was on Degrassi. I knew about him from Degrassi.
He's on Degrassi.
Like, yeah, but we all knew. But he could have had that and came into being an actor. I don't know what his past was. I don't know how. I'm just saying I didn't know. I didn't know.
I get that, but Chris, that's my point. Is like I was just saying to Ernest, most people knew he wasn't hood before this even happened. And so you can't come out here and say, hey, you need to stop talking like you live that life when you don't. We knew he didn't live that life and he was talking about that life. We didn't care is what I'm saying. He was that powerful. So why should it matter now? Just because he got roasted in a beef, he's still going to make millions, possibly billions. Yeah. I don't know how much of it. Like he got cooked. He got destroyed. You think that hurt his money? You think his money's hurt right now?
No, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But it's just like, and the way he's handling it, I like it because it's like, okay, you got me. Right. Same thing like he got Meek Mills. I was playing back to back in my car for weeks.
Meek Mills does live that life. Meek Mills is a street rapper. He's lived that life.
Who did Meek feud with though? Drake.
Yeah. You don't remember back to back? You never remember back to back?
Well, I didn't.
You get bodied by a singer.
See, hip hop in the last 10 years. Honestly, guys, honestly, hip hop in the last 10, 15 years, I've not been like as attached to as I used to back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me,
Oh,
the last big feud.
he murdered Meek. He murdered
Oh, he
Meek.
did? Okay, I didn't know
He
that.
did. He
I know they feuded, but I know how serious it was. I know it was some like fake shit, that kind of thing.
And that's probably why he felt so comfortable with Kendrick. And somebody should have told Drake, like, hey, Meek Mill is not Kendrick. Kendrick's a different beast. All right, you better slow down. Somebody should have, one of his boys should have told him.
No, but the only way Drake got hurt here is through street cred. If you thought Drake had street cred, now you don't. Have
I didn't think he had any. Come on,
right? You don't think?
Yeah, I didn't know.
But
I didn't know.
There are a sector of fans who probably thought,
who think he has some
street cred. He does not have street cred, obviously.
Because I look at it like this: look, just because he was an actor on Nickelodeon and all this stuff. Look at Tupac. Tupac was a street dude.
Of course.
Now he became a great actor, rapper. Method Man, street dude, became a rapper, great actor. So I didn't know his past, so I wasn't like, I was just like, he might have lived that life and just happened to just be talented and got into other stuff to get out of the streets. I didn't know until they were playing stuff about, when he was a kid, like he's in the mansion as a kid. I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah,
like,
he lived a lavish
he's always
life.
had paper.
Lavish.
I didn't know that until recently.
I'll say this though, and no one's saying this part of the argument, and I'll say this in defense of Drake. Kendrick benefited more from this than Drake did, because let's face it,
yes,
yeah, because let's face it, Drake is the bigger name. So if anything, Kendrick does benefit in being in a war from a guy that has way more eyeballs, way more ears than K-Dot does. Now that people know who he is, there are more people now who probably know who he is now in 2024 than didn't know who the fuck he was in 2023 because of this feud.
By the way, my wife said Drake won. Speaking of white girls around, she says,
and that's fine. You can
tell Christina it's 10 o'clock time in bed.
They say go to sleep.
Let me ask you guys this:
drink your Starbucks and go to sleep.
How many diss tracks? How many diss tracks that y'all can remember?
Wait, what's that again? Say it again.
Taylor Swift beat Kanye. Go sit down somewhere, please.
Definitely going to sleep now.
How many diss records that you guys can remember where somebody calls them out by name? Not like what Kendrick said in the first.
Biggie and Tupac.
Was like,
every one of them records was by name.
All that slick dissing or whatever.
I don't want to say my name though. Pac and Biggie.
Oh, but like their actual name?
Yes.
Oh, I mean
in the song.
Tupac and Biggie, they both had some vulgar names for each other, but
like Nas and
Biggie never did.
Biggie
never said.
Who shot you?
Biggie never said Pac's name.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Not his actual
the
name.
Of the song was
who shot you? Who are we talking about there? Who's Biggie talking about?
What I said, he didn't say the name.
Did he have to?
Pac said the name.
But did Biggie have to? Did Biggie have to?
F Bad Boy, F the record label as a crew.
But Chris,
go ahead.
Did Biggie have to say Tupac's name in Who Shot You? We knew who he was talking about.
I guess
the world knew who he was talking about.
I guess what I'm getting to is this: when somebody is calling you out by your name, bringing up your children by name.
That's different. Children, okay. I get that's crazy. Yes,
it is serious. Kendrick did that. Pac did that. Nas did that on Ether.
I will say though, and
the hook was FJZ, right?
Yeah,
that was the hook.
I will say that, and maybe it's a little too early to say this, but
maybe No Vaseline with Ice Cube as well.
I feel like this song might be the biggest, like this song, like the most popular diss song ever.
It's right there with Pac with me. Pac was just angry. He was just leading with anger. This was more like, come on, man. You're not there with me.
But wait, Biggie wasn't there? Are you saying Biggie wasn't there when it was Tupac versus?
Oh no. See, that's the difference though. Pac and Biggie were on the same level, I think, at that point.
I know. You're not going to discredit Biggie.
When I'm talking about the aggression,
Oh,
the
okay.
dissing that Pac did.
Okay.
Because there was real hate there. There was real hate there.
It was
too.
real
Like,
hate back then.
people got murdered on this damn thing. Out loud. I mean, come on. People got murdered.
That was
They
totally
both got
different.
murdered. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah,
You know,
so
it was-
that's the difference.
It was a point like, you know, if you're in New York, where you coming from? If you say I'm coming from California, you might have to say, no, I'm coming from Florida.
Who you talking?
It was that
who you
bad.
talking about?
I'm talking
Well,
about
two-
the
well,
East
two-
Coast, West Coast stuff
But
that was
I
going
mean,
on between
Tupac's
those two
technically
songs.
East Coast. Tupac's from New York.
Right, but he still represented the West, though. Let's be
He
real.
reps out west, but I mean, that's why I'm just like you're kind of contradicting.
That was a
yourself.
comical thing back growing up as a kid. Like,
But they accepted him in the West.
Yeah,
He
did.
denounced the
and,
East.
and he owned that shit
They
too,
did.
bro. To be
He did
fair,
own the West.
his
He owned
sound,
the West.
his entire sound was a West Coast sound. To be honest, back then, you know, and the thing was too also what made that feud unique too. Also, is that both guys were actually on the same level. Like those were the two biggest names in the genre at the time.
Mhm. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like there's no question that the two biggest rappers in 94, 95, 96
Were them.
were Biggie and Tupac. Whereas Jay-Z and Nas, for example, Jay-Z was playing bigger than Nas by name value. And then, of course, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, Drake is bigger.
Drake's a bigger name. Now,
Right.
if we're talking about who's a better
But-
rapper, we know K-Dot's a better rapper, but Drake's a
But
bigger
what
name.
K-Dot said,
He's more powerful. Drake is more powerful
it's
than
very
K-Dot.
profound. When he said, sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. That was profound. Like, because the thing is, yes, you could do your thing, and I'm not hating on you, but now you talking smack about you this, you that, or you talking about me or my people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop out on you,
And that's good and well, but what
and I'm gonna sit you down, which he did.
But he did. But all I'm saying is when you have the power that Drake does, you can do those type of things and you can take that L. You can take that. He can afford that. Could Kendrick afford an L like that? I don't think he could. If Drake came out and destroyed him, like
yeah,
Kendrick,
he'd be hurt because again,
that'd be devastating.
the
for
levels of popularity. Too,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said Kendrick only
Drake could
benefited
afford
more.
the loss. So it's not. It meant more to Kendrick than it did to Drake. Drake can afford
Right.
a loss like that.
Yeah, you could. That definitely is the case. I totally agree with you on that one. Like, heavy as a hand with a crown. He's the number one guy. And,
Yeah.
you know, he got caught.
He owns a country. Go talk crazy about Drake in Toronto or something.
I saw what
It's
happened
gonna
with
go crazy.
the,
Did you see Rick Ross
Yeah.
thing? Rick
with
Ross?
Rick Ross.
when he
I saw that, but
When he
you know
got
what?
punched.
Yeah.
talking about when Rick
I
Ross
didn't
got-
see. I heard that some.
I
I don't
see- I
think he
watched
got
it.
beat up.
I watched it too.
They amping it up.
You
But
need to go sit
listen,
down. And he from
listen.
Miami. God.
I watched that Marcellus Wiley's podcast actually.
all right, I'm gonna say this though. Drake made a mistake doing that,
Why?
or not.
What-
Well, not do. He didn't do it. He didn't do it himself. But I guess he liked the fact that somebody assaulted
Yeah, on Twitter, right? On X.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that was a mistake because now it's not going to be safe to come to Carroll City, Miami area, Hollandale,
Carroll City don't
nowhere
even play
down
either.
there. It's not going to be safe.
But the
But the thing is,
disgusting.
ain't nobody really trying to run to Canada. You want to be in Miami. You want to be in the U.S.
And he does frequent Miami.
Los
a lot, too,
Angeles,
for the record.
Houston,
He's
New
in
York.
Miami quite often.
So that's not you only
All
add a
right.
few to the fire by doing that, bro.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying that. I think Luke kind of broke it down the best way. It's
Campbell?
not
Luke Campbell?
necessarily Drake or his team. People like that do something to like that happened in Canada. It wasn't his team. It was just people that like Drake. So when you come across, you definitely can't go to the West Coast for a while.
Mm.
That's a for
Drake,
sure.
you don't think Drake could?
No.
I think he could.
Okay.
So there's nobody. You think there's
Tupac
nobody?
thought he
breaking
could go to
the
the Biggie thought he could go to the West Coast.
Eh.
And what happened?
Got shot.
I don't know. It's different. I think it's.
I'm
First
just saying.
First of all, hold on. Let me stop you right there.
It's not
90
the team.
wait, hold
it's
on,
these
hold on.
people that love these artists.
Hold on.
That, I'm gonna go to the concert. I'm gonna try to take him out. And I know we're about to
Real
get
quick,
into the Trump
and
stuff.
Trey, I got a second. Are we at that level with the soul feud though? Are we at that
No,
level?
that's what I'm about to get to. I'm like 94, 95. That was different, and I actually respect that. A feud obviously shouldn't get that way. Now we
Right.
dying over lyrics. That's nuts. I don't ever think it should get to that point in any fashion.
It
But
shouldn't.
it's not. They're not. Those guys. They're both two gangsters. Those two guys were gangsters. Tupac and Biggie You don't mess with that. They both paid the price for talking crazy about each other.
Yeah.
Drake and Kendrick are two very different things.
Yeah, of course.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Listen.
Let
me ask you, Ernest.
You go ahead.
You think Drake can safely go to LA?
I think he could.
I wouldn't go right now. I wouldn't go right. I wouldn't honestly. If you want to guarantee your 100% guarantee your safety, wait till the summer's over.
I agree with Trey. It should never go that far. But again, it's like we're about to segue into the Trump stuff, right?
I like it. I like how you tease that, buddy. You're getting good at podcasting, buddy. I like this.
Okay. But the thing is this: it's not necessarily you. It could be somebody that wants to be in your corner or wants to say they did it for you to be famous.
Yeah.
It could be anybody that they just love their coast and they love Kendrick.
Yeah.
They love Rick Ross in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be quiet for a little while.
No.
Because there's people.
But I think that's what Drake is doing right now.
It could be somebody at the gas station while you pull up to fill up with your entourage and spray it up. Especially in Florida, everybody can carry a gun without a license now.
We talk about political violence now coming up last decade or so. Are we hip hop? Are we on the verge of hip hop violence coming up now a little bit now?
No, something has to happen.
No.
Not there yet.
It's not.
They're only talking.
It's not hip hop violence
like that yet.
It's not. Let me rephrase it. It's not hip hop violence.
What is it?
Because back then it was more of the crews that were beefing with each other, like Bad Boy versus Death Row. It was them. Like, if we see you, it's on and popping. It's not like that no more. It's the people that they don't even know that love them that's gonna do the work.
Not now, though. They're not doing that right now.
I'm talking about now. That's how it is now.
They're not.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Back then, you heard that somebody killed Drake's bodyguard.
Yes, I heard that. But listen,
is that true?
Yes. Somebody did. But
at his house,
and that
was Drake's people.
Was it connected though to the situation? You think? Or no?
I don't know. I know that they off the dude or whatever. But the thing was, after the whole Kendrick stuff happened, somebody was trying to get into Drake's house and kill one of his bodyguards. What's his name? It wasn't Drake's entourage that did anything to Rick Ross. It was somebody that liked Drake and didn't appreciate.
That was some club beef. They were both outside. He got caught with a little side, like a little side.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is it's not the crews, it's not the record labels.
It's the outsiders.
It's the outsiders now.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're not at that point yet. We're still not at that point. For the simple fact, in the 90s, when Tupac and Biggie did that stuff, you got to look at their body of work. Like Tupac, when he came out with that stuff where he's saying he fucked Faith Evans and had the picture with her, that's some diabolical shit. Like like imagine somebody talking about that and taking a picture with your wife or something like that and saying I fucked her, this, that, and telling the entire world. There's some men who will kill you over that. We're not. Are we at that point here? Come on, man.
How far is that from me?
Is Drake talking about fucking Kendrick Lamar's wife? Is he taking a picture with her and saying I fucked her that night?
No, but he did say that
crazy.
He did say something along the lines, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, that his wife, his son is his manager's kid.
Did he?
In one of the songs.
Look that up. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's something along those lines. I don't know the exact verse. And then, of course, meet the Grams when you're talking to your dad is this. Your
but the only thing I know Drake said was about his wife was like, "Oh, you're talking about light skinned dudes, but your wife is half white or some shit like that." Okay. That's the only thing I really heard him saying about his wife.
To me, it was all good music. At the end of the day, I just think
they made money. I think that's what it boils down to.
The whole personal aspect of it is.
Wait, you think did Drake make money on this feud too? You think
he made money?
Yeah,
I mean,
he had to. It's not like his responses sucked. They didn't suck. They just weren't nowhere near.
They weren't.
It was on level.
It wasn't on his level. It wasn't trash.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he came out
impactful.
and just shit the bed. It wasn't on Kendrick Lamar's level.
Right. All right.